Buddy, it's that time again to show off my latest Lego creation. We'll just get right into it. And here we go. My latest Lego creation, brand new Lego Treehouse. Man, it is a challenge to try and get this whole thing in frame, but yeah. So as I said in a previous video, I wanted to capture the style and the look of the Kids Next Door show, and I think I did a pretty good job with that. So in terms of how long this took me, gauging it from my previous treehouse, I spent about a week in Lego Digital Designer coming up with a blueprint for it, and after that it took me about a week to build it, and that was with about 5,000 to 10,000 pieces. With this, I had something around 35,000 pieces to work with, and I had no blueprint, so I had to design as I went. So it took about a solid month, all of the month of June, to build this. So yeah, I wouldn't say that it is 35,000 pieces. I still have a couple containers left over. So I would say maybe it's 20,000, just to give a ballpark. You never know with some of these things. The difference with this treehouse compared to all my others is that this treehouse is modular. And what I mean by that is all these buildings you can take off. Whereas before, I had a bunch of rooms and buildings structured in the shape of a tree. Whereas with this, it actually takes a bit of a Christmas tree approach, where I just have a Lego tree frame and I just slap a bunch of buildings onto it. A lot of them are held in by pins and studs and all that kind of stuff. A bit of stuff going on here. And oh, look at this. It's a scamper. I made a few Kids Next Door vehicles along with this, just to, hey. Got a little art buggy right there. Go into the back. Got a Alpha Team helicopter right here. So, got a tanker truck attached to here. And over here, we've got what I call the barn, and it's the cool bus. So as far as K&D vehicles, I just have the cool bus and the scamper. Pretty cool stuff. And this is actually kind of like in the show. They have like a little hangar that opens up from the top. And that's why you have a bunch of negative space up here. But, yeah. You got a bit of a shed here for like storing all sorts of stuff. You can even pull down the door. Yeah. All pretty good. Over here, this is actually a game room. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. And I did. Focus camera. So what we got? We got a giant flat screen. We got a dartboard over here. We got some PCs here. We got a little boombox right here. Another little radio right there. It's just a little place for like storing remotes and sort of stuff. Ice cream bar. We got an actual working hockey table. You can actually move the puck. Yeah. It's a little harder to mess around with, but you get the idea. Got a nice little couch with a remote. And then I added in a few game consoles. You got the PS4 here. You got a GameCube. You got a PS2, a Wii, PS3. You got an N64. You got a PlayStation. That's pretty much it. I wanted a nice game room. That just slaps on right there. You got all sorts of satellite dishes for, you know, watching the TV. All sorts of good stuff. Here you have a bit of a open area. And back, you got a little turret here. A little center dish. And up here you got the helicopter pad. You got missile launchers. They're just on rails. Come around over here. You got a little walkway into these sort of research centers. Got a bunch of equipment and such in there. I'll show them off later when I take them all off. And then around the front here you got another open area with a nice rope bridge. Another little turret. Got the airplane sticking out. Got a telescope. Does move. Over here you got the giant ocean liner with an anchor. You got a little house right here, and I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but there's a giant giant root going through the middle of it. You can kind of see it. And here we have, this is a set from the, I believe it's the Adventure line Lego set. You got a little opening radar dish right here. Added a turret here. Got a little door that opens up there. This is a trap door, but I blocked it off. You open up the roof there. You have a little bit of a walkway that goes in between the house and such. And here you have a sideways house. But actually, just trying to do this all one-handed is not very easy. Actually transforms into a little gunner post. You have like some fuel cells right there. You can just pull out on a slider. Pretty cool stuff. Got the giant number 2. Just another close-up of the hangar. We got a nice little crane right here. You can extend outwards. You see the ocean liner right there. I have a little ladder that goes to it. And the last little bit got here is you can actually open this up in the back. It's a little hard to see. Oh, thank you, camera. Another giant flat screen, and you have this projector here that goes down to this little meeting area. Then you have a nice little ladder that goes to this little balcony right here. And up above, we just have a little like observation dome, and then the radar dish. You also can fold this down. You got a bunch of lasers right here. Pretty cool stuff. Now I'm going to show you how the whole detachment process works. So I'm just going to fold this back in. In there. Alright, so we're going to start with this. Just fold this down. Ease off. Take the boxcar out. Some of these aren't really attached at all, like say this and the two missiles. Some of them are held together by pins, some of them are held together by pins and studs, some of them are just held together by studs. Case in point, the garage is just held by studs, as well as the barn. Okay, next we can do the house. Got a pin here, and it becomes a normal house. Let's see, next we can do the command center. Got a pin here. I'll just turn this around so you can see, kind of. And then I have a pin right in here. Then the whole thing just next thing we'll do is about the tanker truck. There's just a pin on the side. There. And it just comes right off, and then flip this little lever right there. Next we'll do this. There's just one big pin right here. Fold down the feet. Just slide that off. And there's that. Next we have the airplane. We just have a little pin right here. And that just comes right out. Got a little landing gear right here you can fold down. Okay, next we've got these two little research centers. There's one pin here, and it just slides right out. Got another pin here, and this just slides right out. Okay, next is this. We got one pin here, and this just lifts right out. And then we have the boat next. It's got two pins on the side. Remove the bridge just because it gets in the way. Stop it. Just that works. And just comes right out. And I drop my pen. Next we have this this little house. We just got a side pin. That comes right up, foot down. And then we have the big hangar. This has 3 pins. You have one there. You have one here. And then you have a huge one right here. You also take out this crane. And just lift it up and pull it straight out. And there you go. That is the entire treehouse deconstructed. Alright, so here's all the buildings and vehicles taken off. So I'll just go through them one by one. Here's the crane from the hangar. Actually goes in right there. Tanker truck. Pretty self-explanatory. Lift up on the hood. Just put a guy in there. Can even remove the... Whoops. Again, I'm trying to do this one-handed. You can remove the tank. You got this little house here, and hopefully you can see a little better that you have a giant root going right through there. You can remove the roof. You can see. It's kind of nice. Nice little thing. Alright, you got this box car. Go ahead and open it up. It's a nice little dining car. You got a bunch of chairs and such. And these research centers, you can move the lids on both of them. You see you got a bunch of control consoles, all sorts of tech stuff in there. Even sort of connect them and have a nice little branching hallway. That's actually what's going on right there. It's a bit of a bridge between them. And this, as you, it's like a little weapons platform. I'm not quite sure what it is, but you know, you got the little house here. Bit of like a chimney going on here. Got these missiles. I've already pretty much showed you this, but you can separate the buildings. Alright, here's the command center. Got a little observation platform there. Can move the radar dish. Nice little balcony right there. All sorts of piping going around here. There's the game room. You got a little door that leads to the helicopter pad. And a door that leads to the room itself. And here's the back side of the hangar. Got the airplane, and actually these are all the pins. You know, basic airplane. Just got places you could put people, cargo slot, and yeah, you got a pilot seat in there. Garage, pretty much showed you. You can take this off. It's just held together by a few studs on each side. I'll go ahead and do that. You actually open this up if you wanted to. And look, put all my stuff in there. There you go with that. the vehicles all over here. You can open up the scamper and the cargo that's in the shed or the garage, whatever. You should put in here. Got a little driver's seat, and you can take off these little rockets. And same thing with the school bus. Yeah, it just holds a few minifigures, but there you go. The bulldozer shovel moves up and down. The legs can move. The propeller doesn't really move because of just how the jet engine's designed. The barn, it's pretty empty. You do have these little levers, but it's just easier to do it like that. That's if you want to do it automatically, kind of thing. And last, we've got the ocean liner. Got the anchor here, bit of a bulbous bow. Around the back, you got two propellers. And with this, you can open this up. And if you laid a minifigure down, you could fit them in there. But so you've got that. I tried to make like little doors around the sides and such. And you actually can open this up. And there you go. I did want to try and make this like a command center, or some kind of room and such, but just how it's placed in the treehouse and how easily that it is to get to. I couldn't really do that. Yeah. Got the little rope bridge here. And this is what it looks like without anything on here. Whole lot of Technic beams and stuff supporting the whole treehouse. And forgot to mention, under here you've got, stop that, got little turrets under each little support. You got one there, and then you got one in the back. So yeah, this is the little connection point for the boat. The barn goes there. Hangar takes up this whole space right here. This is where the game room goes. That's where the tanker truck goes. I have a little crane right here. This is where the airplane goes. The research centers both go here, and then up top is just basically the command center. How many more pieces I added to this? It's actually a good thing that I made this whole treehouse modular, because I could not pick it up fully loaded. It's really heavy. I have to take all of it off, and even still the frame itself is slightly heavier than the old tree with everything on it. So there's a fun little tidbit. And also, compared to my other tree house, this one is 4'1". And it's 9 inches shorter, so 4'10" from the previous tree house. I wanted to hit 5 feet, but I knew that I wanted to go for that Kids Next Door look, and this is certainly much more of a tree kind of feel. It's more, it's not like a tower, whereas, you know, my last tree house, it was a lot like a spire, like a big tall tower, whereas this one, it's spread out more. It's, you know, the angle's flatter and such, and, you know, hey, it looks really good, and I'm pretty happy with it. I'd say my one complaint about this is, you know, it has to do with the modular approach to it. There aren't as many rooms to, like, you know, put minifigures and play around in as, you know, like I had with other tree houses. As you see, you know, there's a lot of negative space going on here. I mean, you can't really do anything with the boat, and, you know, there's just a lot of stuff, you know, you can't do with because of just how it's designed. But I still will say that I think I did a pretty nice job. So anyway, that's the video. And as a special treat, I will include the Lego Digital Designer files for the two Kids Next Door vehicles, the Scamper and the Cool Bus, in the description. And hope to see you guys again soon. Wait, other way around. See you guys next time.